here is the recap video of my last 16 weeks training going through the Wendler 531 program. I have known about Wendler 531 for many years. It feels like ever since I started lifting, I've always heard about it, but have never done it. So when I decided I wanted to try to hit some old PRs and potentially surpass them, I figured this was a perfect opportunity to give Wendler 531 a chance and yeah, just see what kind of results it could produce and what I could accomplish from. Yeah, so here's the breakdown of squat, bench, dead, what I was able to hit in that last week where I tested my 1 rep max. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you got any questions about Wendler 531 or anything, feel free to drop them below. I'd love to share anything that can help you. All right, so we got squats first. Originally, I was going to make this video like a mic'd up video in the gym, but then, I don't know, there was too much going on and there was other people around. I just still feel weird like talking to my camera and microphone in the gym. So I figured I would just make it a voiceover thing. But so I didn't record all my warm-up sets and all that stuff. I was going to kind of show you guys a little bit of what I do when I warm up, but like I said, decided not to. So this first set was, I think that was 325 for one. I just did a bunch of singles and just worked up as high as I felt like I could go. So the goal that I had set for squat was I wanted to hit a high bar squat of at least 315 with good depth. I have squatted more than that in the past. I've low bar squatted 365 for, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 reps or 1 to 2 reps. Depth was probably questionable because I was really just pushing weight and wasn't really working on my technique and form that much. So that was my goal, was to at least hit 315, which I already did if you saw my other video before this. So we already surpassed that PR that I wanted, or the goal that I had set. But here's a 335 for one. All the weights moved pretty easily. I didn't really have, too many issues or anything. Didn't have to bail. This last set was the top set that I hit. I got 345 for one. So I was pretty stoked about this. That's only 20 pounds under my low bar squat, and I'm probably about the same body weight, maybe a little bit heavier. So yeah, I was pretty happy with the squat PR. Excuse me. It's only up from here. Next after this is bench. $205 for one. My best bench was 225 for 1 rep, and I felt like my head was gonna explode. Like it was literally, I could not lift a single ounce more. So I had hit 250. No, I think it was 215 for three in my week three, um, before my 1 rep max test week. So I felt pretty good about that. I thought I could hit 245. That was the goal that I set. But let's just see what happens. So here's 215 for one. Also, just a side note and pro tip, if you're going to use cinematic mode, don't use it when there's going to be movement behind you, or make sure that you lock your focus onto you, because I really like cinematic mode though. I feel like it just looks really nice. So next set, this was 225 for one. I know it's weird that I have a ton of small plates on there, but I just didn't feel like taking all them off and putting another 45 on there. So I was just like, you know what, we're just going to do this. I'm working my way up by 5s and 10s just to see what my 1 rep max would be. All right, will this be my last set? Let's see. I'm throwing my wrist wraps on. Haven't used wrist wraps in a long time, but it felt nice to put these on, especially with the heavier weight. So this is 235 for a single. And as you'll see, my bar path is not good. It's like right before the bar touches my chest, I kind of bring the bar closer to the direction of my head, and I think that kind of gave me a leak in power. And then you could see like I almost didn't get that up. Um, when you're lifting at, you know, cl- close to your, within pounds of your max, every little bit of variation and deviation in form and technique is just power loss. So like this is why technique is so important. You got to lock in everything to be able to push, you know, bigger or weight that's close to your max. So here's deadlifts now, my favorite lift, the moment you've all been waiting for. Pulled an easy 235 for one right there once again. Didn't show any of my warm-up sets or anything. Um, but yeah, just started. I was able to hit, I think I hit I think it was 415 for three in the week 3 of Wendler. So, um, yeah, so my goal for deadlifts was to hit 450 for a single. So here's 405. Nice easy pull. I love deadlifts. They're my favorite lift. I think I have relatively long arms, so deadlifts are definitely I'm bio or mechanically advantaged towards having a better deadlift. And I think my legs are probably pretty short too, so I have a I think I have a pretty decent squat as well. But bench, of course, is difficult with longer arms. So that's the lift that I'm working on the most, but I've enjoyed the progress I've made on it, and I think I think I'm getting somewhere with it. Just gotta lock in my form a little bit better. So here was 425 by one. So this is my old PR. This is the most I've ever pulled in the past, and as you can see, that went up pretty easy. So we are on our way to 450. Let's see if we can hit it. I love that this gym got that little chalk stand over by the kilo plates because now I don't have to pull out my chalk, and make a mess all over the floor. So here is 435 for one. Um, I used to pull with a mixed grip, but uh, that can give you some muscle imbalance just because of the way that your hands are. So I went through the pain of learning hook grip, and I just use that plus chalk, and I don't have any problem really pulling. I mean, as long as I'm, in these heavier weights, when you're really going for like triples, doubles, singles, stuff like that, I have no issue. I don't really want to use straps. I'm like, my goal when I'm lifting is always like, I just like trying to pull as much as I can, as raw as I can. That's why I don't wear a belt. I don't wear knee sleeves. I don't wear knee wraps. I don't wear any of that stuff. Like, I like the challenge of going, just doing everything as raw as I can. So here's my final pull, 455 for one. 5 pounds heavier than the goal that I set for myself, and that's a 30-pound PR from what I hit in the past. So I was pretty excited. I was pretty excited, very happy with all of my lifts. Bench, I was a little disappointed in. I was hoping I could get 245, but my form just slipped, and that was the result of it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, and stay safe out there.